Okay. Refresh here. Refresh drawer. Big news out of Europe. This is exactly why I tell people not to worry about the tax on their Bitcoin. It's exactly why. So we got breaking news out of the Czech Republic. They have scrapped their capital gains tax on Bitcoin, held for 3 years, which I love. I love that. Because that's is exactly how it should be, I think, in my opinion. And it sounds like I watched a video on this morning, but it sounds like they have the exact same laws for stocks. So if you buy a stock and you hold on to it for at least 3 years, it's exempt from any capital gains on that. And that's how it should be, especially in a fiat currency economy. Because why are people buying these stocks? Why are people buying Bitcoin? To protect their purchasing power. And it's different if people are buying and selling like traders, if they're trying to take advantage of the markets. And it's not really taking advantage of it if you can do it. But like that should be taxable to me. If you're actively doing that, that's like your business income. And again, this is in a tax world. I don't think anybody should pay tax, period. But in the tax world that we live in, I think that this makes so much sense in terms of if you buy something and hold on to it for at least 3 years, you're exempt from any future gains on that. And so the Czech Republic has scrapped their capital gains on Bitcoin, which is phenomenal news. And it just goes to show, like, as we move forward here, this is going to become more and more popular. And I think that this is going to happen in the US probably in the next few years. But as more and more countries start adopting this and see how successful this is in terms of bringing in capital into their country, bringing in people into their country, new citizens who are productive, that's what you want. And countries are going to figure that out. The countries who don't figure that out, like Chile, who said that they're not going to entertain Bitcoin yesterday, they're going to fail. And I know it's very easy for us to sit here and think that the world today is how it's always going to be, but that's not how it's been before. Borders have changed, countries have failed, governments have failed. It's happened before, and it's going to happen again. And I think the difference between the government succeeding and failing is going to be how they treat Bitcoin. So big shout out to the Czech Republic, big shout out to Prague. This is the history of Prague so far in Bitcoin. And this is what made me think of this. This is why I want to start the show with this, because it was I don't know if it was the first Bitcoin hardware device, but it's been the most popular one, I think, through the last couple of years. But Trezor, the Trezor team is from Prague. The Brains Pool team is in Prague. I think they were the first Bitcoin mining pool that existed. They were from Prague. The Stratum V2 mining protocol is from Prague. It's where they came from, where it originated from. There's a Bitcoin lending platform called Firefish. They're in Prague. And a very good resource for everybody out there in terms of finding businesses and finding Bitcoiners that they can network with is btcmap.org. Also came from Prague. So Prague gets it. And I think that today, as it is, it doesn't really seem like much. But if you fast forward this 5, 10, 15 years down the road, you're going to see what kind of an impact this is going to have on Czech Republic and Prague. You're going to see it play out. Hasn't happened yet. We're not quite there yet. But just based on the foundation that's being built in Prague, I think that they're going to be one of the powerhouses in the future just because of all this innovation and ability to adapt with things like the no capital gain tax on Bitcoin. So a huge shout out to Prague, to the Czech Republic. And it sounded like it was a unanimous vote for that in the Czech Republic government. Big cheers. Huge cheers to that.